Since when can you go to another country illegally, stay and work, and then get upset that you're being deported? Isn't that what's supposed to happen when you go to another country illegally? Isn't that what you know is going to happen because you're taking the risk for a better life? You know that there's a chance they're going to catch you and send you home, right? Like, I'm very confused as to what's going on online. Like, have people forgotten that's exactly what's supposed to happen? If you rob a bank and then the cops catch you, they're supposed to take you to jail. They're not supposed to take you back home. They're supposed to take you to jail. There's consequences to crime. When you're doing something that's illegal, there's consequences. Am I crazy? Like, am I crazy? I watch the news, I go on TikTok, and I see people from Mexico in LA waving the Mexican flag while burning the American flag. If Mexico's so great, why do you not want to go back home? I'm Jamaican. Like, not me, I'm obviously born here, but I'm not born in Jamaica. But my family is. And my great-grandparents are. And I would never say that Jamaica is better than the country that I currently live in. That makes no sense, because if it was so great, my family would have never came here. They would have never legally migrated here. They would have stayed in Jamaica. But Jamaica's not better than where I live now. So please make it make sense. If Mexico is so amazing that you're burning the American flag and you're waving your flag, why don't you just go back to Mexico? I'm so confused. And then I have dumbasses in the comments saying, well, why don't I go back to Africa? Number one, I'm not African. That's not my background. Number two, my family came here legally. Just like everyone else that came here legally, I have a right to stay here. I was born here, number one. But my parents are documented. My great-grandparents are legally documented. They've been paying taxes. Probably way too much taxes. My parents get to stay in the country that I live in. So you're making a false equivocation. If I was an African immigrant like that famous TikToker, Cabby Lame, he got sent back home because he overstayed his visa. I don't see any black people getting upset because he's getting sent back home. We all know he should be sent back home because he overstayed his visa. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what's going on? I'm so confused. People are saying, oh, well, it's the way that he's doing it. It's the way that ICE is rounding people up. What are you talking about? When Trump won the election, he said, I'm giving you time to self-deport.
A self-deportation program, which we haven't even announced yet. I guess I'm announcing it to you. Why not, Rachel? Here it is. The only thing I haven't determined is what are we going to do? We're going to give them a stipend. We're going to give them some money and a plane ticket. And then we're going to work with them. If they're good, if we want them back in, we're going to work with them to get them back in as quickly as we can.
You had opportunities to go home. He told you he was going to come get you. He said you have opportunities to go home. So why are you still there? That would be like if I'm robbing a bank and the police, by the grace of God, say, hey, you know what? I'm giving you time to put back the money and take your ass home. For me to be like, nah, I'm going to stay in the bank. I'm going to continue wrapping up the money. And then they arrest me and I'm confused as to why I'm arrested. They gave me forewarning. If I didn't leave, that's my fault. If you knew Trump won and you know you're undocumented, the first thing you should have done is get on a bus or get on a plane and go back to where you came from and then try to re-enter legally. The problem now for people that are being sent back home is once you get sent back home for overstaying your visa, I'm not sure 100%, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to get a visa in America again. That's never going to happen. So now you're never going to get your citizenship here. So why do that to yourself? Why not do things the correct way? And don't get me wrong, I know Mexico is a dangerous place and you don't want to be there. I get it. Trust me, I 100% get it. But you can't do things illegally because now you're going to be stuck in Mexico. Now you're going to be stuck there. And again, instead of illegally coming to America, you should work on trying to fix your own country, getting the people out of office that are corrupt. And you might say, oh, that's impossible because the cartel run it. Pause. Venezuela was the most dangerous place in the world, had the highest murder rate. Do you know what they did? They put somebody in power that arrested all the cartel. Now Venezuela is one of the safest countries in the world. Mexico can do the exact same thing, but you guys have to stop allowing them to run your streets. And I'll say this as someone that's Jamaican. Jamaica, they have I think the second highest murder rate in the world. Second most dangerous place you can go to. But again, I don't sit there and complain that Jamaica's like that, because at the end of the day, my people are the ones not fixing it. They're still allowing these corrupt people in power. and letting this go on. And they're still not snitching on the people and telling the police on the people that are selling drugs and doing the murders. Because in these communities, we all know who's doing what, and we're not telling. So we want it to stay like that. We're not helping the situation. So the same thing applies to Mexico. Instead of going to the US illegally, help your own country. Help build your own country. That's what you need to do. It is what it is. Another thing I hear in the comments is it's stolen land. Number one, Mexico sold California and I think Nevada and those lower states to America for $15 million in like the 1800s. You sold it. That's not your land anymore. If I sell you a car and then you drive the car, I can't come back to you 100 years later and say, nah, you know what? I want that car back. It's mine because you stole it. It's stolen land. It's stolen car. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. I sold it, so it no longer belongs to me. I can't then complain that you own it in the future. That doesn't make any sense. And also, if you're going to talk about stolen land, let's talk about stolen neighborhoods. If you look at a lot of black neighborhoods in LA, in Compton, that were black dominant neighborhoods, they pretty much have been taken over by Mexicans, and every black person has been complaining about this since like the 80s. They've been taken over because when illegal immigrants come in, or when immigrants come in and they need a fresh start, they don't move them into San Bernardino. They move them into Compton, they move them into black areas, and then black people get displaced. So you're displacing a community by coming from Mexico. So make it make sense. You're not upset about that. You're not like, you know what, let's move out of Compton because, you know, this was pretty much all black people and we did come over and now it's like less than 50% black people. We did do that, right? So we should move, right? No, you're not gonna move, right? Because it's your area now. So like, what are we talking about here? Everybody displaces somebody. Everyone owns something before somebody else. You can't complain just because you're no longer the owner. America does not belong to Mexico. Mexico belongs to Mexico. America belongs to America. It is what it is. And another thing, people saying they want to secede. Let me tell you something. California, if they got federal funding cut, all the programs that you're leaving Mexico for to come and get in America, you would no longer have. Not to say all the illegal immigrants are getting programs, but the ones that are, you realize you would be losing those benefits. Number one, that's number one. Number two, California would just turn into Mexico. All the cartels, you know what they would do? They would come right into California and they would literally destroy it. And then Mexico would be the same thing as California. So the whole thing you're running from by leaving Mexico, that's exactly what California would turn into. All the businesses, you think they're going to stay in California, which would be the new Mexico? Hell no, they're going to leave. They're going to leave in droves. All the money, all the Rodeo Drive, that will be gone. Everything that you're coming for, the American dream, will just be the Mexican dream. And you don't want Mexican dream because you left there. So please stop saying you want us to see. Just please stop. And for the people that are American citizens that are saying, oh, we don't want to be a part of America because Trump's president. Okay, you want to be a part of Mexico? I don't think so, right? Because let me tell you something right now. If Mexico owned California, you would not want to live there. You would be the first person to move. You know why? Because the same issues they have in Mexico that their own people are fleeing from would now be in California, and you would not want that. So please stop saying stupid things just for attention. You don't need to do that. I know you're smarter than that. I don't know. This whole thing is just crazy. But let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if you agree with what I have to say, or if you have any points to add. Or yeah, I might make some more videos on this. But again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Do not treat me like a side chick, and I'm out.